Everybody. How is everybody today? Just gonna wait. Let's see people get in here and then we will start. I got a notification last night late regarding this, so we'll just wait for everybody to get in here and then we will start. Please smash that like button on your way in. Let everybody know that we are live. And also when you come back into chat, please make sure you got live chat selected at the top so you don't miss anything. So I don't know how many of you did see last night. I did make a post regarding this. Also, Chad has a hearing today. Hello, Susan. Hello, Shannon. My day is just beginning, so hopefully today is a good day. Hello, Krista. Good morning, everybody. So there's some information that came out that I got last night. I did post it in my community tab that Lori Vallow has gone back into supervised custody. So I'm going to bring this up for you. Hello, Joy. And I also have a few things on Chad that we're going to go over also. Good morning, Kat. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Fancy Nancy. Good morning, everybody coming in. Okay, so we're going to get going on this, you guys, because I wasn't expecting this morning and I do have a bunch of stuff to do. So let's get going on this. Now, we know the last time Lori was in court, we were all pretty shocked at her laughing and her giggling and her smiling and all this. And then when they ended, they said that they were going to go under seal and behind closed doors for a conversation. So this is what happened after that hearing. Hello, someone has too. Okay, so this was filed on the 24th of August. And this is against Lori Noreen Vallow, a.k.a. Lori Noreen Vallow Daybell. She's made it quite an issue that she wants to be called Lori Daybell, not Vallow. So because the record started with under Lori Vallow, they had to add the Lori Noreen Vallow Daybell just to appease her. But anyway, so based on the party's request for an ad hoc status conference, which means just a meeting with the judge, following a hearing on August 16, 2022, the court held an on-record conversation with all parties present, including the defendant, regarding the defendant's mental health pursuant to Idaho Code 18210. Now, although it does say this is on record, it's not available for the public, so it's under seal. Based upon the previous order entered on September 14, 2021, and after due consideration of the factors set forth in ICAR 32, and finding a likelihood remains that both the state and the defense could be prejudiced by a discussion or dissemination of information already sealed, the court finds that a compelling interest is at stake and the need to preserve a fair trial and no reasonable alternative exists to protect this fundamental right except to keep the hearing closed and its record sealed. So whatever they talked about regarding her mental health, let me just see if I can, let me stop sharing that. Let me just see if I can find that order. Where they talk about her mental health. Don't mind me, you guys. I'm just trying to find it. me see what this is. Okay, I know I have it here somewhere. Hang on a sec. Excuse me. Okay, I can't seem to find it there, but I will pull it up. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll just pull it over here. Okay, let me share this with you. This is just for those who haven't seen it. Okay, so this is the email I got last night. This email is to inform me that Lori Vallow has been placed on supervised custody status as of the 30th, as of last night. So I do believe she was moved last night. As soon as they leave the jail and are transferred somewhere else, one of these messages go out because I'm signed up to receive messages from Vine for it. So this tells me that she was moved last night. She's been placed on supervised custody status as of 8/30th, 2022. Hello, everybody coming in. Debs, Lorna, The Looking Glass Tarot, Bubsby, Cheryl Ann. Hello, everybody. Okay, so let me just bring up something else now. Okay, so this is just the second part to what I just read you. This is just the certificate of service saying that they served everybody. Okay, so this is Chad Daybell's hearing for today, and it is under seal. I'm not going to be able to get any information on it, although this is a new one that they did, because this information used to be here. So now this is under seal. So I do believe that his hearing this morning is going to be fully sealed instead of just parts of it, because they're going to be discussing Lori's mental health state. That's what I believe. And they're also going to be discussing this stuff here. Here is the order to seal the state's objection to the defendant's motion for permissive appeal. So based on the state's motion, Idaho Court Administrative Rule 32I of the Criminal Procedure, and for good cause shown, the court finds the defendant's motion requesting permission to appeal two of the court orders filed on July 6, 2022, pursuant to IR 12 was filed under seal and relates to the defendant's prior motions, including. So they're going to be going over all this again today, and I'm pretty much thinking now that they're going to be discussing Lori going back to the state mental hospital. So the defendant's prior motions were a motion to disqualify prosecuting attorney, motion to disqualify out-of-state prosecutor, motion to dismiss special prosecutor, and motion for disclosure of Rachel Smith's cases, which were previously filed under seal, as well as the state's prior objections and responses to said motions. The state's current objection to defendant's motion for a permissive appeal addresses the same matters that are highly personal in nature, combined with the potential for unduly prejudicial impact of disclosure of such sensitive information outweighs the preference for public disclosure. It's hereby ordered that the state's objection is hereby sealed, and so it is so ordered. This is also Rachel Smith's cases, which were previously filed under seal, as well as the state's prior objections and responses to said motions. The state thereby respectfully requests that the said documents be sealed until there is a further order of the court. Also here, the motion to seal. The state of Idaho puts before the court a motion to seal its objections to the defendant's motion for a permissive appeal for the following reasons. The interest in privacy are predominant over the public's interest in disclosure. Sealing the said documents is the least restrictive measure consistent with the privacy interests at issue. Sealing these documents during the pendency of this criminal investigation is in the best interest of justice and will preserve the right to a fair trial. Now, this has got me wondering, what criminal investigation? They're only talking here about the motions to remove the special prosecutor and Rob Wood. They also brought up Rachel's prior cases. So now they're saying that the sealing of these documents during the pendency of this criminal investigation is in the best interest of justice and will preserve the right to a fair trial. So are they looking into maybe things that she's done in the past? I don't know. It kind of seems that way, the way this is worded. And they figure if any of this information comes out, it could prejudice the trial for Chad and Lori. So the defense motion requesting permission to appeal 2 of the court's orders filed on July 6, 2022, pursuant to IR 12, was filed under seal. And the defendant's motion relates to the defendant's prior motions, including motion to disqualify prosecuting attorney, motion to disqualify out-of-state prosecutor, motion to dismiss the special prosecutor, and a motion for disclosure of the motion to seal. So I don't know what's going on here, you guys, but there's stuff that's going on that's really making me question if this case is even going to go forward now in January. That trial date may change. I am watching. Oops, what's this? Why do they keep giving me this? What the heck? Oh, they're trying to get me to put ads now on my live. Creators earn more money inserting ads in the lives. More viewers are watching. Give it a try. No, thank you. Okay, so let me just go to the chat here. Good morning, everybody. Cheryl Ann, Rhombohedral, Mary Fisher. Hello, Debs. Yeah, Deb says she's not crazy. She's just smug. She got away with so much before, and she's based her looks on the psychopath behavior. She thinks she can. Again, Chad needs to turn on her. I believe Chad's already turned on her. But I was very concerned when we watched that last hearing. For those of you who were in that hearing, she was acting odd. Like laughing at things, smiling at things, like looking over at the prosecution and smirking and smiling at the judge and stuff like this. It was really odd behavior. Now, is she doing that on purpose? Because she's going to try and make herself look crazy again. We know that a couple of hearings ago, the defense also brought up that when they met with her that they were having issues with what they felt was her mental health, that she wasn't acting normal, stuff like that. And that's why they wanted this trial with her done in October, get this over and done with, because her mental health was very fragile, they said. So when I got this last night saying that she has been placed in supervised custody again, to me, she's back at the state mental hospital. Now, on it, her first stint there started, let me just see if I can pull this up. Let me just see, you guys. A lot of people are saying, oh, this didn't happen, this didn't happen. Let me just share my screen here, because the date's on it wrong. It's just a glitch. This isn't. Okay, so here it is here. This is open right here. She's at another facility. And she was custody status. This is the change date. Is August 30th at 3:06 p.m. Mountain Time. Now they're saying the book date was March 5th. Well, that was her booking date that she was booked. That has nothing to do with when she was moved. This tells you right here when she was moved. And it says here another facility. This here is just the date that she was booked. Okay, into the jail. So she has been moved as of August 30th. It says it right here. August 30th at 3:06 p.m. I didn't get the notification until late last night, so I don't know if Vine was slow in putting out their notifications. But even in that notification, it says if you feel you're at risk, blah, blah, blah. So this is her. She has been moved. And I also got the email last night. I can show that again. Let me just pull it up here. Share screen. So here's where I got it last night. I did post it on my community tab. It says 8:30. This email is to inform you that Lori Vallow has been placed on supervised custody status as of 8/30th, 2022. If you have any concerns about your immediate safety, contact your local law enforcement. That's what I got last night. There's a whole bunch of dates, Marissa. If you go through, I can show you. Hang on a sec. Let me stop. Let me go back to here. And you guys will see. Hang on. Let me just get in here. I'm going to put my sign-in information, so. Okay, let me just. There we go. Okay, so I've got over 100 alerts, okay? And these all tell me, I don't know how quickly these are going to reload. Mary Fisher says she's doing a Letitia Stout app. Yeah. See, even for Chad, this is his hearing today. This was a hearing that was held. Okay, so upcoming court event. Okay, so a jury trial scheduled for 3/16. Jury trial for 3/13. They give you an email for each of these days. I've got over 100 because I'm getting them for Lori and I'm getting them for Chad. So each time they enter a new date into Vine, they send you it all out again. So I get, like, I can wake up in the morning and have 300 emails because I'm getting an email for each date of the trial. The trial is running from January 9th into March, okay? So for each of those days that there's going to be a trial, like you see here, I get this in email form too. So, like, I wake up to like 60, 70 emails every day. So this says for 3/13, 3/16. You can go, like, I can go down these at 3/8, 3/7, 2/27, February 27th, March 6th, February 28th, March 2nd, February 24th, February 21st, February 23rd, February 17th, February 22nd, February 16th. I get an email for each one of these dates, you guys. So I've had to shut off my emails with them because my email is supposed to be for you guys to be able to request your reads. So anyway, so yes, she is, as it stands right now, supposed to be going at the same time as Chad, starting January, I think it's January 9th. Let me just check here. So I'm giving you guys the right information here. Yes, January 9th to March 17th. They are both scheduled. A jury trial is scheduled for Lori and Chad to begin January 9th, and it says it's going to run until March 17th. So not only do I get the 60 or 70 notifications for each day that he's supposed to be in court, it's starting in January, I also get them for Lori. So I end up with over 100 and something emails every morning. And that's because when they add something to the record at Vine, instead of just sending you the new date, they send you them all again. And it's one email for each day of the trial. It's like, yeah, she was wearing a substitute wedding ring. I think it's just like a piece of a toilet roll or something, kind of like ripped so they could fix it together and then painted it black or something with eyeshadow or eyeliner or something. I don't know. But yeah, she's looking rough. She's showing her age now. I mean, Chad is going to throw her under the bus. Chad's going to blame everything on her and her brother. Her brother is dead, so he can't defend himself. And if Lori's in state hospital, it could raise reasonable doubt. Would a jury find him not guilty based on what the defense produces? I don't think so. No, it's not going to fly. His phone pinged at the same time as Alex's did at that spot where the children were buried. So, and then the message he had sent to his own wife, Tammy, saying he shot a raccoon and it's buried in the pet cemetery. The only thing found buried in that pet cemetery was a dog and Tylee. So, I mean, sorry, you guys. Let me just turn off my ringer here so I don't get the notifications. So, I mean, there's enough circumstantial that ties him there. Marissa says, I thought it was a hair elastic ring. Yeah, I think it was a piece of cardboard or something, or I don't know. I don't know what it could have been, but somebody thought it was a baggie. It was pretty thick, like pretty wide. So I thought that maybe cutting a piece of cardboard and then you make a slit at each end so you can intertwine them. You know what I mean? Like slide them into each other and use, what do you mean? I'm asking myself, what do you mean? Eyeliner or mascara or something to paint it black. I don't know, but yeah, they're both going down. Good morning, Linda from Toronto. You're right near my hometown of Hamilton. I was born and raised in Hamilton. I'm out near Ottawa now. But yeah, I was born and raised in Hamilton. Went to Toronto often to the Eaton Centre a lot shopping. That was my go-to place, was the Eaton Centre in Toronto. Mary says, yeah, she's doing a Letitia Stout ad. See, I'm crazy. Yeah, so her trial, I've got that too, Marissa. I've got notifications starting January 9th, the same as Chad, right through to March 17th. And so I don't know where you're getting your information, but it's wrong. Her trial starts January 9th. And we don't even know now if that's going to go through. Yeah. He's not a fan of Lori, that's for sure. Yeah, she looked normal in Hawaii. She don't look normal now. I agree. will still be held to answer when she's found competent again, if that's what this is. They may have just sent her back there to get meds changed. Maybe her meds aren't holding up. We don't know because everything is under seal. So, and this is, there was a lady that filed a bunch of motions to have a lot of this stuff unsealed, and the court denied it. And with doing that, with the court denying these requests, it leaves us open to interpret it the way we're going to interpret it by what we see and hear. This is supposed to be open and transparent. I do understand that, you know, certain things have to be done under seal, but this is becoming the norm where every hearing, every filing, everything is all being done in secret now. I think that it's abusing the privilege, keeping, you know, the people from seeing what is actually going on. And if there's a problem with the state prosecutor, I think the people who voted that state prosecutor in should be able to see what is going on and, you know, make their own judgments whether there's something fishy going on. Hello, Fluffy Hedgehog. It's always good to get away for a weekend. I wish I could. I think I'm going to have to do that sometime real soon. Hello, Emma Jane from Sutherland, UK. I'm going to click the court button. It said trial March 17th. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Let me bring this up. Oops. It's going to take a second for this to load, you guys, because there's a lot here. Okay, let me share this so you guys can see. Okay, so here's all Chad's. It's already started up here. March, February 27th. Let's just keep scrolling down because I've gotten rid of some of these. February 3rd. January 13th. This is, they send you out one of these for every day of the trial. January 11th, 2023, you see it right here. January 1st, January 9th, January 10th, you can see it all right here. Then it jumps to March again. These are not in order, believe me. They don't do anything in order. So let's keep going until we get to these are all Chad. You can see I'm just watching the name right here. Okay. Lori. Okay. Here's Lori. I got to always prove myself, you guys. I don't know why, but okay. Here's Lori. March 15th, jury trial. Okay. See this? Jury trial. March 15th. Jury trial. March 14th. Jury trial, March 2nd. Jury trial, March 9th. Okay, let's keep going. There, jury trial. See this? Lori Vallow. Jury trial, February 27th. February 28th. March 3rd. 16th. Let's just go back. These are not ever in order, you guys. February 22nd. March again, March 1st. February 24th. February 16th. February 7th. February 21st. February 17th. February 3rd. February 1st. You see this? Okay. I don't know why people don't believe me. I don't put anything out here that I can't back up, and that's not factual. Let's keep going. So here, January. See this? January 20, the first month, 27th day, January. Again, January 26th, January 24th. Here we're back in February. These are not in order. February 2nd, January 25th, January 23rd. We're back in February 8th, January 20th, February 6th, January 19th, January 18th, January 13th, January 31st, January 11th, January 30th, March 16th. Like I said, we're back to chat again. Like I said, I've got over 100. It only goes up to 100. I've got over 400. You see this here? Look at this. I've got over 400 of these notifications that I've got to go through and get rid of because I get them all in my email. They're both starting trial January 9th. Trust me when I say stuff. Yeah, it's supposed to last until March 17th. They've got the time slot from the 9th of January to March 17th booked for these two. So there it is there. No. You got to sign up and you got to get the notifications for it or you're not going to. Vine is messed up, I'm telling you. There's no reason why I need to get those dates. Every time a new court date is added, like say Lori's got to go to court again in November, I'm going to get all those court dates for the trial. And I get an email for each day of the trial. I don't get one message, like one email saying, okay, she's in court from January 9th to March 17th. No, they give me an email for every single day. So I end up with about 60 emails for Lori, 60 emails for Chad. It's crazy. Their system sucks. But if I put my stamp on it and I say, no, they're both going to trial as of January 9th to March 17th, believe me, I can back it up. Yeah, I feel sorry for the jury too, who has to sit there and listen to cray cray. Yeah, it is. It's just, if you're not signed up for Vine, then you're not going to get the full story. I don't know why they have it just like that. If that's all you're getting, I don't know why. But like I said, if I tell you guys, look at this is the date, that's because I've got proof that that's the date. So just like the same as I'm showing you this stuff. Okay, what else did I have here to show you? What was this one? Okay, that's before I got sidetracked. I'm trying to find where her lawyer says, let me just move this over here so I can still see you guys chatting. Oh, I do. I'm telling you. And with Tina, a lot of you guys, when you email me, it's usually Tina that answers you. With her being pregnant and she is moody as F and tired all the time, which I get. but she is just moody like you wouldn't believe. So it's like I'd rather her not answer emails. She's been doing what she can. So okay, what's this? That's not it. Oh, that's not it. What's this? That's not it. Oh crap, why do I keep getting the same? No. Anyway, somewhere in here I got a pounding headache, you guys. My sinuses are just blocked right up tight, which is giving me a major headache. But I have somewhere. Let me just go and look over here. May. What's this? Setting a pretrial. Oh, that's when she was fighting not having her. Okay. What's this? Here, maybe it's this one. No. See, this is how we would usually see the hearing. See, this is what we usually see. But with the one for Chad today, it's all blacked out. But this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for... I don't know where the hell I put it. I hate when other people go into my files because they change things around. What's this one? Did I show you this? Yes. Have some patience, you guys. No. What the heck is going on here? Was it put maybe somewhere else? What's this one? No. Oh my God, you guys. Things are all over the place here. Lori. August. Here we go. What's this? Oh, that's back in January. Okay. What's this? Oh. Ugh. Her ugly mug. I don't know where Tina put this, you guys. May 25th, May 19th. Anyway, there was something in here where he brings up a motion that says that he's concerned about her stability or mental stability, and this is why they find putting the trial out until January isn't feasible anymore, and blah blah blah. But anyway, she's back at the state mental hospital. So now we don't know what she's there for. Well, thank you, Caden. I appreciate that. Yes, they are. And that's what I mean, you guys. When they are made properly, there's a connection with those cards and me, because my ancestors who have crossed are the ones that are telling me how those cards connect to to whatever case I am reading at the time. They show me scenarios, which I've got to apply to those cards. You know what I mean? So the connection I have with them is accurate because they were made by my elders based on my own ancestors for me. And that's how they have to be made. And this is why, because the connection with them is so crystal clear when you've got that connection. Now, the bumper deck is different. I don't know how many of you I can show you right here. This is the bumper deck that my daughter and I made. This is not an ancestor deck. It's just a bumper deck because I can't draw worth crap. So this is the bumper deck that was made. Now, this is just to give a little bit more information. Is the person younger or older? Are they in a basement, mountain and hills? Just to give maybe better understanding of what we've got come out in the ancestor cards. So these are like, is it buried underground in a field? Somebody from the area, an older mature man. Like, as you can see back here, we had the younger male. Was this a younger person or an older person? It's just a bumper deck to give us a little bit more information. Once we've done the ancestor read, to maybe hone in on certain things: above ground, older female, a fight, enemy, a younger female, in water, a knife. They have a criminal history. This was planned. They're in a forest. They left of their own free will. It just gives us a little bit more indication of where they could be. Oh yeah, that's ZCS. Absolutely. And I said that right from the beginning, that if they don't give her speedy trial, that's an automatic reason for appeal right there. And being that it was only a couple of months out, it wasn't really a big issue. I mean, it still could have been fought, but I don't think she would have won. But now that they were even talking about, they weren't sure if they were even going to be able to go ahead in January. When that came up, I think that's when she snapped. I don't think that ever should have been said in front of her, like with her lawyers, especially with her lawyers knowing her fragile mental state. Why would you say that in front of her, or even bring up that issue in front of her, until it was decided if that was going to be the issue or not, right? Maria asks, I'm Canadian too. Do you happen to have Native ancestry? It's a long story. The Earth connection seems so strong with your cards. Yes, they were made by my elders based on my ancestors. So there is a video that I have that explains all this. I agree, Lori is already got. Sometimes simple and clear is best too, though. Yeah. So because she didn't waive her right to a speedy trial within 6 months, they're playing with fire. Yeah. And now that this has come up, like I said, with them mentioning in front of her with her fragile mental state that it may not even happen in January, that they may have to move it out because now they're doing this consumptive testing. It's like, oh God. And that's all it takes with people in fragile states to make them snap. Like, oh, I got to wait now. I wanted my trial in October. Now I got to wait till January. So even though she may have came to terms with that, now hearing it may not even happen in January, it's like she may have some kind of disorder like bipolar or something. That doesn't make her incompetent. But if she say she is, and I'm just saying hypothetically here, I'm not saying she is, if she has been, because her record's sealed, but say they say she suffers from bipolar. sudden changes like that, or sudden changes in plans and stuff like that can trigger them. So we don't know what they said regarding her mental state. If she has a mental illness, I don't know, because it's all sealed. I think that there is information that they could give without giving the full story, just to keep, the public informed. Oh, yeah. Clear and simple. Like, we wanted something like precise. Like, if we got a lot of water with the Ancestor deck, a lot of deep emotional feelings, stuff like that, the bumper deck can hone in on that a little bit more. So I don't know. I don't know if they're scrambling. I just feel that there is something not right in her head. I don't think she's incompetent. I think she understands everything that's going on, but there's something not right in this woman's head. For her to sit there and smile and laugh, there's something not right there. Is that whatever going on in her head enough to say she's not competent to understand? The only thing that she has to understand is that she's been charged, the charges she's facing, the consequences of those charges, and to be able to assist in her defense. So if the defense attorney says to her, look, it says here, you were living at 202602 Sacramento Way in California. Were you living there? And if she says no, well, she was competent enough to know that she was not living there. You know what I mean? So questions like that, if she can answer, then she's deemed competent. Like nobody, and not even me. There's things that come up in law. I was a paralegal. I also worked for a PI for a lot of years. I did skip tracing, process serving. There's still a lot of legal jargon that I don't understand. So it's not that she has to understand every single word that's being said. She has to understand the concept, what she's being accused of, and be able to answer questions that are given to her. No, it wasn't rude at all, Marissa. It's just a very personal thing that happened in my life. So I don't talk about it often. It's a part of my life I don't really talk about a lot. There is a video out there that does talk. I did get into some detail about it. You'll find it in my video tab somewhere there. I think she thinks that she can get herself off by acting stupid or cray-cray. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if she even really believes that, or if that was just her way of getting people to do things she wanted them to do, scaring them into submission. But we don't really know how this all transpired, right? I think, if you want my honest opinion, do you guys want my honest opinion about what I think she's going to say? If you want my honest opinion, because it's come out in several of my reads. If you go back to the very beginning of this, I started doing reads, and everything that came out in them reads is happening. But I can tell you what I think she's going to do. And I can tell you what I think Chad's going to do, if you guys want to hear it. It's only my opinion. Hello, the real angel girl. Nope. Lori is back in the state hospital. We don't know why. It could be just to adjust her meds. It could be anything at this point. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is Lori is going to say, look, I was overwhelmed, blah, blah, blah. My brother said that he would take care of JJ for a while for me and whatnot. She also thought that Kay and her husband were going to try and take JJ from her. So I think she's going to say, I trusted my brother to put JJ in a safe place. The kids in a safe place. So nobody could get to them. That's what I think she's going to say. I trusted my husband and my brother to take my kids and put them with somebody where they're going to be safe. That's what she's going to say. I had no idea that they killed them. That's what I'm going to say. Not only was she worried about Kay and her husband trying to get custody of JJ, JJ was acting out, wasn't being himself, and so was Tylee, starting to act out, wasn't being herself. So my brother and my husband said that they would take them and place them with a family that would keep them safe. That's what I think she's going to say. That she had no idea. On the other hand, Chad is going to blame it all on Lori and Alex. But Chad is screwed because Chad's phone puts himself there. Chad's texts put himself there. Chad's texts to his wife at the time, Tammy, put him burying something in the pet cemetery on that day that the pings of Alex and him were there. So he's basically fried. Her, on the other hand, we really have not seen anything. If you guys look back, I look at the whole picture. When the indictments and everything came out, hang on. Sorry, you guys, my allergies. It's been stormy weather, cool, damp, then hot, then cool, damp. The barometric pressure is just driving my sinuses through the top of my head. My throat's scratchy. But anyway, where was I? Yes. So if we go back, you guys, to the arrest affidavit for both Lori and Chad. Now, look at Chad's. They talk about phone pings. They talk about his phone being in the backyard at those two separate areas where JJ was and where Tylee was, at the fire pit, at that red garage thing, barn, whatever you want to call it, in his backyard. Him being there at the same time, Alex's phone's pinged there. We have not seen anything regarding Lori. There's nothing that says, look at Lori's phone pinged there. She was involved. Nothing about Lori's phone pinging at Chad's property at all. It's all Chad and Alex. Yes, she did. That was in the arrest affidavit that she stopped JJ's medication. She also sold his, what do you call that? That dog that he had that kept him calm and stuff like that. She also tried to sell the dog, but they ended up taking the dog back. The company that provides the dog for kids like JJ that need something to keep them calm, a personal support dog, they call it. They ended up coming and taking it back because she tried to sell that dog. And she also took him out of school. But she was the one that was trying to control everybody else, Fluffy. I don't think anybody was doing any mind control on her except for Chad. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable doing that. Yeah, it is. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But we've got to look at this arrest affidavit on a whole. There's nothing in those arrest affidavits that put Lori at the scene of the crime. There's nothing that put her near where JJ was buried. There's nothing that puts her near that red shed by the fire pit or by where Tylee was buried. There's no text messages talking about, oh, you shot a raccoon? No, those came from Chad to his wife, Tammy, where he says he shot a raccoon and it's now buried in their pet cemetery. Well, no, the only thing that was buried in that pet cemetery was a dog from years before and Tylee. Okay, let's not continue to mention other places where we've gotten information, please. Okay, because we don't know this to be true. So let's not, I can't verify that. So let's not bring information from other channels or sites or whatever and bring it here, please. I only talk here about things that I have been able to verify. Exactly, Marissa. There is nothing that I have been able, and believe me, the last couple of days I've been digging into this, and there is nothing that I could find that puts Lori there. Good morning, Marie. We see a lot that puts Alex there and puts Chad there. We see nothing in the affidavit that puts Lori there, or anything in the affidavits that, like, conversation between Lori and Chad, or Lori and Alex. We've got a lot from Lori's friends of how they felt she was acting and what they said to each other there. But regarding the actual crime scene, there is nothing putting Lori there. So that's why I believe she is going to come back and say, look it, my brother and my husband said that they were going to bring the kids somewhere safe to protect them, number one, from JJ being taken by Kay, and two, to give them some kind of structure or something to get them back on track. That's all she's got to say. And unless there's anything to prove different, what can they prove? We haven't seen anything. Corey Adam, Ottawa here. You're right by me. I'm in Gloucester. Right near the outskirts. We'll still consider it Ottawa, but I'm in Gloucester. Yeah. But I really think that they thought they were going to get away with this. But like I said, you guys, I'm still scouring through information and stuff. There is nowhere where Lori even suggests that the children be killed and, whatever happened to them. I don't want to bring up the gory details. We know what happened with Tylee especially, and JJ too, but JJ was at least all in one piece, whereas Tylee it was brutal. She is still facing charges in the death of Charles. That's in another state, though. They're waiting for the outcome on this. So even if they don't find her guilty of doing any wrong, she's still going to be held and then extradited to face the murder charges regarding Charles. No, I haven't seen anything of what they plan. They don't have to present that. We'll hear that at opening arguments, if it ever gets there. But from what I'm seeing right now, it's not likely that this is going to, especially if they want to keep these trials together. Don't forget, if she is going for another evaluation and not just maybe a change in meds or whatever, we don't know why she's been sent back to the state mental hospital. All we can go on is what her defense attorney said, that her mental state was fragile. We've seen how she reacted in court the last time she was in court. So have they deemed that she's crazy again? I don't know. We haven't heard anything about it. Everything is being done under seal. This could be that they're just sending her back there to adjust her meds. We have no idea. All we know is that she is in a different facility, supervised custody. Okay, let's mask the swearing words, please. I don't need to get demonetized. They've never said that they're going to blame each other, but this is what I think. I don't know if Lori's so much going to try and blame Chad. I think she's going to say, I think they're going to blame it right on Alex because Alex isn't here to defend himself. But she's going to say, I gave my kids there for them to be put in like somewhere where they could be protected. Do you want me to show you it again? I got this last night. And I just showed it even on the vine that she has been transferred. So I don't know where you're getting. Here we go. Let me show you this again. Here we go. I got this last night at about 7:30 at night. Whoops, let's take this off. So I would like to know, I heard it was a glitch. No, it's not a glitch. It's not only gone out in Vine, it's also in the documents. So just because one person may be saying that it's a glitch doesn't mean that it's a glitch. So, and I know who's put that out there, KCL. So stop bringing things, please, from other channels, other sites. I don't put out anything unless I verified it. I have gone through 4 different channels to verify this morning. And all areas that I have checked has said that she has been moved. You see this? 8:30 last night, I got this notification. Vine sends out this to victims of crime. So the victims know when a person is being moved. This email is to inform you that Lori Vallow has been placed on supervised custody status as of August 30th, 2022. If you have any concerns about your immediate safety, contact your local law enforcement. Okay? So I don't know who else is putting out what. I don't care what anybody else is putting out. Please don't bring it to the chat. Fluffy Hedgehog, the EEG thing was with Letitia Stout, not Lori. We're talking about Lori Vallow here. The EEG was about Letitia Stout. Yeah, I'm anxious, Grammy, to see what they're going to do with the Joseph Ryan one too. They are also charged with Tammy Daybell's death too. Mel, where is that? Is everything okay? The host seems a little tense. What I'm tense about is that I've showed this over and over, and then people are bringing information from other sites and bringing it here and presenting it as fact. I verify everything before I bring it out. So do I start to get a little bit irritated that I have to keep proving it over and over? This is the 3rd time I've had to bring it up onto screen to show, and I'm going to do it again, to show that this came out last night. So do I get irritated that I have to stop whatever I'm talking about or answering, like I'm answering questions for people in chat, and I have to stop doing that to prove again that this came out last night? It's not a glitch. I've checked 3 different places. I verify everything before I bring it out. So that's why if I seem a little tense, that's why. I've got a pounding headache from my sinuses. And people that know this channel and know me know that I don't bring out anything unless I verified it. Okay, so here we go. And this is what I mean. We just asked, please stop bringing stuff from other channels. I don't care about other Facebook groups. I don't. We're talking about what I can verify. I'm held accountable for what I say on this channel and what comes out on this channel. Okay, so KCL, please stop. I removed the comment. Please stop. I'm talking about things that I can verify and that I have brought up on this channel. Nothing else. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. And this wasn't planned. I've got a ton of things that I was supposed to be doing already this morning, but I did this to jump on because I've always, my subscribers know that if something breaks, something comes out, I stop everything I'm doing so I can bring it to you. So to do that and then have people do what they're doing, even when they're asked to stop, gets frustrating. So I'm sorry that you came in on that note, Mel. Okay, the prosecution could have evidence against Lori. They could, but we haven't seen it yet, right? Was Joseph Ryan cremated? I don't know if he was. And did he have an autopsy? Let's see, those are things I would want to look into. Maybe that's why they haven't brought charges against her regarding Joseph Ryan. But I wonder if there was an autopsy that was done before the cremation. That would, yeah, if he's been cremated, they wouldn't be able to prove anything there unless there's things that were said or written or whatever. Yes, they're still investigating. Like they're not like they've got their facts, but they're still open to speaking to individuals that maybe dealt with them around this time and stuff like that. They're always open to that. But I think they got their case pretty much in the bag. Thank you, Betty Smith. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Marissa asked, it is horrible, 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 horrible. You're on the northwest border, so you're up near Windsor and that. Yeah, the allergies suck. Like up here, Ottawa Valley, Eastern Ontario area, we've been getting nailed with some pretty good storms lately. Oh, thank you, Real Angel. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Was deemed, yeah, I remember reading something about that. But I don't know if they ever did an autopsy or if it was just ruled a heart attack. I wonder if there was something maybe in his blood that could show that he was given something that could have caused a heart attack. Yeah, I believe she does too. Oh, thank you, Cinemo's Fire. I appreciate you. The thing is, Marissa, with this DNA, they've been fighting about this DNA for a long time, because if the prosecution does their testing, it's consumptive, which means they're going to take the whole sample. There'll be nothing left over for the defense to be able to do their separate testing on it. So that's why there was this big fight over the DNA. The defense was fighting the prosecution being able to do consumptive DNA testing on samples. They want to be able to do their own testing. So, okay, KCL, I get you. Oh, you're up, way up north. Oh, girl, I feel bad for you. Thunder Bay, North Bay, all that. It's like, oh yeah, I could never live up there. I would freeze my little butt off. You guys get it bad up there. Manitoba, Alberta. It's you guys have gotten it really bad out that way. I've got family that lives in Alberta. They just came down to visit this summer and they're going back and they're thinking about moving back to Ontario because the storms out there have been horrific. No, I don't have any I don't see this being messed up at all, St. Elmo's. What's being done here is the court is tippy-toeing around Lori Vallow because they're already on the outs because she wanted a speedy trial. So they're going to allow them to do whatever testing or bring her back there, maybe to change her meds. We don't know why she's back there yet. All we know is she's been moved. We don't know why. It could be something as simple as her meds need to be adjusted. So they got to observe her for a couple of days and while she's having a med change. We don't know because they're doing everything under seal. Oh, Marie Brooks, thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you so much for your super sticker. So, Rom, I can't say. I'm just going to call you Rom. Says Lori at least also has the death certificate of Charles Vallow case to be in Arizona. Yes, so even if she gets off on these charges, she is going to be extradited to Arizona to face the murder charges that she has regarding Charles Vallow. Yes, Mel, I agree with you 100%. Again, Marie Burks, thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate it. I'm in the process of trying to get a better camera, you guys, for the reads and stuff like that when I do the reads. No, I don't want to speculate, you guys. That's the only thing I'm worried about too, is the speedy trial thing. But if they can get going in January, I think it kind of takes away from that. Her lawyers are also saying that, it doesn't bother them that it's not going to go in October, that it's only going to go in January alongside of with Chad, because it gives them more time to prepare. Lori's the one that wanted to go in October. She wanted her speedy trial. So if she does, try and use that, I think the presiding judge in that case would have to weigh what her lawyer said and the evidence and everything and everything as a whole. And I don't think at this point in time that they have to worry about her getting off on a technicality if she appeals this. Because a couple of months is really not that long, even though it is outside of her speedy trial. But that is a reason to, file, right? But now if it's moved from January and it's put further down the line, it could be a problem. Yeah, that's like I said, I'm not going to speculate on it, but that could be one of the things, like I said, we don't know, right? It could be something as simple as she needed med adjustments or a scheduled, maybe when she was released, maybe she has to go back every 2 months just to be able to talk with her psychiatrist, or if there's an issue that's come up that she needs to discuss with them, they would have to transport her there too. We don't know. It's open to the interpretation because they've done everything under seal yet again. So, and yes, it could be something as simple as she needed her meds adjusted. No, once the trial starts, there's no delays. It goes forward. Once that trial starts, there's no stopping it. It goes. Unless she posts something in court, they continue without her in the courtroom. I've seen it happen time and time again. But once the trial starts, they can't file no more motions and this. Well, there are certain motions that they can file, but nothing like this. Once the trial goes, you better be ready to go because we're going. And if she's disruptive, they do things to try and, people are flinging their arms and this and that and flinging things and whatever, they can strap them into a chair. They can put a spit mask on them if they're spitting at people. There's things that they do and they try to do before actually having to remove them. And then she would probably have to watch this on closed circuit TV with something in her ear or something so she can talk back and forth with her attorney. I don't know what they would do, but I know there's ways around what they're doing. No, the state cannot be held to that. She's already been arraigned, so that ends that. Now, if she does something to delay the start of the trial, then yeah, the state cannot be held accountable. But being that she didn't get her speedy trial, that's what they can use. Believe me, there's a lot of ways and backdooring that goes on in cases like this. Emma Jane, we're not talking about that case right now. Please stick to the topic, which is the Lori Vallow Chad Daybell case. That's what they tried to do, but the state lab does not allow anybody in there. They will put their own camera there to record everything being done, but they don't want any outsiders in there because then they run the risk of contamination. And then the defense saying, oh, well, there was other people in there and that could have came from them. That's why they don't allow it. Yes, we're not talking about the Kylie Ryan case, Emma Jane. We're talking about Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Yeah. And like I said, Marissa, that's a good point too. There could be medication that she needs blood work. I didn't think of that. So thank you. So whatever it is she's on, they could be, needing blood work, needing to, every couple months, maybe you have to go and speak to that psychiatrist and they want to see how you're doing. Is your meds working? Do they need to be lowered? Do they need to be higher? Do we need blood work? It could be a lot of different things, but because they're doing it in secret, it leaves everything open to speculation, right? Hello, stay-at-home mom detective. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. And again, Marie, thank you. No, they cannot claim a mistrial from their own behavior. She was not arraigned yet, Mel O. So when she went into the state hospital the first time for the evaluation, she hadn't even been arraigned. So no clocks started ticking to begin with. The clock starts ticking once you are arraigned. So when she was arraigned, they had to have her trial date by October. And she did not waive her right to a speedy trial. They had 6 months to get her to trial. They took away that right from her. So her spending all that time in the state mental hospital has nothing to do with the clock ticking because the clock wasn't ticking yet. The clock starts ticking once you're arraigned. She hadn't been arraigned until, what was it? April or May of this year. That's when the clock starts ticking. Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking maybe they're going to adjust her meds or something. Oh, here, the barometric pressure, the pressure up and down. One day it's 40 degrees Celsius out, which is like almost 100 degrees. And then the next day it's like freezing cold out and it's pouring down rain with torrential rains, and the barometric pressure is all over the place, which is sending my sinuses into a frenzy. Yes, me too. Please get over yourself, Vanessa. Here, let me do you a favor. I'm not that nice. Well, you don't need to be here. I didn't drag you here screaming. When things happen, yes, I do have to address them. Go make your own channel and you can set your own rules, and you see how easy or difficult it is to run a channel. Bye-bye. Rude. Rude, rude, rude. Yeah, they haven't given us anything, Emma Jane, on what she's taken. They haven't even told us what she's been diagnosed, if she's been diagnosed with anything. No, he's never gone for a mental evaluation. Lots of persons don't like to give meds, so they are monitored close. Yes, I agree. Because if anything happens to them while they're in custody, it goes on to the jail, right? So this could be just a scheduled, got to meet with the psychiatrist, make sure the meds are all right, make sure she's, you know, I don't know. Like I said, they haven't said why. So I do know that her attorneys have said that her mental state was in her mental thoughts and everything were in a fragile state. So we don't know what's happened. Yeah, jail is totally different than prison. Well, the thing is with that, Shivani, she's already been, her right to a speedy trial's already been taken away. The courts took it from her. So the clock ticking is from the time of arraignment to the time of trial. There's a set time that the prosecution has to get her to trial. That clock is not ticking right now because they took away her right to the speedy trial and they set it months outside of that. Her speedy trial would have had to happen in October. And it's 2 months and I think 2.5 months past the date that she was entitled to have for her speedy trial. So that ticking clock has no bearing right now. With Chad waived his right to a speedy trial, so there's no clock ticking there. Oh my gosh, girl, I hear you, Susan. Thank you, Marissa. I mean, when things come up, I have to address them. Like, I'm not going to, have rules for everybody and allow one not to follow them. If they don't like it, they can leave. I'm not holding nobody here. I didn't drag anybody here kicking and screaming. Exactly. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, so Emma Jane says, in the UK, they would just adjust her meds in the prison medical wing, including having psychological evaluations. It's easier for them, yeah. But this was so in-depth, Emma Jane, that I would assume that they would have to have her meet with the doctors who prescribed the meds and who had been doing her evaluation. I don't think they're equipped at the jails. Maybe in the prisons they are, but she's in a jail, which is just like a holdover until trial, until the outcome of trial, right? It's not a prison. The prisons have more things like that they have on site, whereas the jails don't. Yeah, that's in prison though, Rom. The jails are just like, it's like, we call them here county buckets, where you're held over until you're sentenced. So that's what I'm assuming they are, the jails in the US, because I'm in Canada. Here you're held at a county bucket, which is a walk in the park, compared to our prisons. So right now she's being held in a jail, which is like a county bucket, where you're held until trial. Or county buckets here, also you would serve your time anything less than 2 years. So that's why a lot of our sentencing here is 2 years less a day if they don't want to send you to prison. They want to send you to prison. If they want to give you a 2-year sentence, they give you 2 years plus a day. So you go to prison. Anything over 2 years is prison. Anything under 2 years is just county lockups type thing. Jails. Oh yeah, I was diagnosed fibromyalgia. Oh my God, I think I was like 27, and it's just you can't explain it. You try and explain it to people, they don't understand because it's an invisible disease. It just affects every joint, muscle. You just feel like you're in pain everywhere and you can't pinpoint it. Yeah, I think she's liking I said the same thing about Letitia. It's like they want to go for these mental health evaluations because they get hospital food instead of jail food. And they get a comfy bed compared to the ones you get at the jail and stuff like that. You got a little bit more freedom at the hospitals. You can make phone calls and stuff like that. Excuse me. Pretty much, right? I'm pretty respectable to everybody. So if I'm not being respectable to you, or you feel I'm not being respectable to you, you need to check yourself. But when I have to keep repeating the same thing to the same person over and over and over again, it gets ridiculous. Well, yeah, she's supervised even at the jail, but it's different the way they put it on Vine. On Vine, they would say she's at the so-and-so county jail, held at so-and-so county jail. When she's sent out to the mental hospital, they mark it that she is in a supervised facility, supervised custody. Marissa, no, not really, no. Believe me, I've had family that have been in jail and prison. And on the Ontario jail, as soon as you are booked into the jail, you got to see the nurse. The nurse goes over if you're on any meds on the outside. They check your blood pressure. They give you a TB test. They do a whole bunch of things. The only time that you get to see a nurse is you have to make a request. Like say you got a cold or something like that. You want to see the nurse, you got to put in a request for it. You don't see, a nurse does not see every inmate for a few seconds every single day in the jails or prisons here. Most of the time, if you want to see the nurse, you got to put in a request. Or if the corrections officers see that you're acting weird or you've done something or you cut yourself, then yes, you're taken right away to the nurse. But other than that, if you want to see a nurse for anything, you got to make a request. Oh, nice to see you too, Judy. Glad you could make it. Yeah, so I'm thinking it could be just that we don't know, right? Because everything's under seal, so we don't know. Oh my gosh, Marie, no, they're not. Right? Yeah, hospitals, you're a patient. Jail, you're an inmate. Prison, you're possession of the state. Exactly. No, she's not in court. She has been transferred to a supervised facility. She's in supervised custody in a different facility. Yeah, here they make sure you swallow it. But they still, you know what? These guys that are in jail, especially ones doing long terms in jail, they figure out ways to get around everything. Believe me, it's like a constant battle with the Corrections Canada trying to come up with ways to combat what's being done, because each time they figure out how to like stop things from being smuggled in, they come up with new ways to get them in. So it's like it's a constant battle. I'm sure it's the same in the States. I guess it depends on what you were arrested for, Marissa. But as a general rule, you see a nurse as you're being booked in. And then if you need to see a nurse, unless there's something wrong with you, if you have some kind of illness or whatever that needs to happen, then yes, they will do that. But just normal people going in, there's no way. When you got, like say Kingston Penitentiary, when it was open, there was like 2,000 inmates. There's no way a nurse could see an inmate every day. There's no way. But I know this for a fact because I have my family works in law enforcement and in the system. So I do know you see the nurse when you are booked in. They do a TB test, ads, blah, 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 blah. And then you're thrown into a pod or a cell. And the only time you get to see a nurse is if there's obvious injury to you, if the jail guards feel that there's something wrong with you, or if you make a request to see them. They don't see you every day. Yeah. Right? That's what I'm thinking, Grammy. Maybe that's why she was smiling her face off. But we don't know because they're keeping everything under seal. They're not telling us anything. And this lady that filed all these motions to have things unsealed, redact them, unseal them. The public has a right to know. The public has a right to transparency. I get where she's coming from now. I thought at first it was like far-fetched, but now I'm seeing that they're abusing the privilege of being able to do and file things under seal. It seems to be the norm now. These lawyers, I want it sealed, I want it sealed, I want it sealed, I want it sealed, I want it sealed. It's ridiculous. That's taking away a transparent justice system. Redact what you have to redact, but the public has a right to know. The public, especially when the defense is bringing up issues with prosecuting attorneys. What, like now you sit there and you go, okay, well, what did the defense find? Did this and I'm saying hypothetically here because I think Rob Wood is the greatest, but just say hypothetically, okay, the defense says, oh, well, Rob Wood assaulted his wife and child. The charges may have been thrown out or withdrawn because he was placed on probation, but he still did that. Like, this jury has a right to know that, and he shouldn't be presiding over a case like this. If something like that was found, the public has a right to know. And I'm not saying Rob Wood did that. I was using that as an example. But everything is being hidden. So it makes you wonder why. I don't know. She wants this over and done with. That's what she wants. Yeah, that's where they sent her, Emma Jane, for her evaluation. It's secure hospitals or mental state hospitals. They're under security, believe me. So yeah, I think we have them here in Canada too, that you can't get in or out. You're under lock and key. You may be able to roam around in a common area and go back and forth in and out of your room, but you can't get off your floor. Well, if that's the case, it's not right, because you can't mix politics and religion and um, the justice system and throw them all into one basket and say work together. No, that's not how it works. So if they are having any influence from influencing the other. That's my clock. Well, that's good that your doctor went to seminars to find out about stuff like that. That's good. No, it's my clock. It's hanging in front of me on the wall. I agree. Hello, lovely lady. Big hearts and hugs back to you. Oh, cool. Cool. Okay, you guys, so that's what we got. We're going to have to wait. I will keep an eye on the record. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, this was a glitch. I'm going to show it one last time for those who maybe haven't seen it, maybe come in late. This is what I got via email last night. I went to Vine itself and to the court, and this is filed all three places. So, which tells me that can verify that she has been moved on supervised custody, on supervised custody status. She was moved last night. Because I got this, I think it was around 7 p.m. Eastern. In the documents, it said that she was moved at 3 something. At 3:15 or 3:16, 3:30, something like that. She was placed on supervised custody yesterday. So I think they're 3 hours behind us. So that would be around 6, maybe it was 6, 7 o'clock I got this. So by the time Vine gets it up and gets it shot out to people, it would make sense, because in the court documents, it said that she was moved and placed on supervised custody at 3 something yesterday afternoon, their time. But yes, I've got to wrap this up, you guys, because I promised to take my mom shopping, and she has a few things she's got to go and pick up. And we are supposed to be getting rain again this afternoon, so I want to go and get that done so I'm not caught out in the rain. I ain't feeling good to begin with. My sinuses are just, it feels like my head's about to blow up. So I want to get this over and done with and get what she needs to get, so she doesn't have to go out in the rain over the next couple of days. But I want to thank you guys all for being here. I'm sorry if you felt like I was a little harsh at times, but like I said, I'm just not going to keep repeating to the same person over and over again. Please don't do that. And then they continue to do it. I treat all you guys the same. I respect all you guys. You can have a difference of opinion with me. As long as it's done respectfully, I got no problem with it. But once you start showing disrespect, that's where you're going to get a different side of me. So, yes, she is. I think she is very much manipulating a lot of different people. Oh, thank you, Marissa. Yeah, I got to watch what I take because I've got allergies. I'm allergic to codeine, sulfa, and penicillin. So sulfates are in a lot of stuff. So it really limits what I can take, which is horrible. So I'm stuck with the Rhinecort. It's a nasal spray. It seems to work, but you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thanks, and nice seeing you in here, Fluffy Hedgehog. Haven't seen you in a bit, so nice to see you too. I hope you guys are all doing well. So you guys, thank you for being here. If anything else pops up, I will put it on my community tab. So keep an eye there. And we'll see what happens. That's all we can do, right? We're left in the dark. So I can only bring you what I verify. I don't bring you rumored stuff and all that. Oh, she's this, she's that. No, we don't know why she's there. All I know is she was moved. She was moved at 3 something yesterday afternoon. So, you know, you only get the verified stuff here. I should just maybe stick to readings because I don't, this is one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of stuff like this, is because I don't want to be dragged into that drama on the true crime stuff that's going on and people coming in and attacking you. Like we seen there this morning, there was a couple. I got no time for it. My time is valuable and so is yours. So that's why I want to give you guys verified stuff. I don't want to waste your time, and I'm not going to sit here and let people waste mine. So that's why sometimes I have to get a little stern. So I apologize to all my lovelies in here. I love you guys to the moon and back. I'm losing my hearing due to my ex-husband. Yeah. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe until the next time. I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.